Hello! Welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. That's right, no professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, the Dungeon Master, and I finally figured out what the scarecrow on the farm outside of Aribell did to earn an award. Turns out he was outstanding in his field.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Not so sure about that, but okay.
No, he was outstanding in his field. I'm absolutely certain of that.
I'm absolutely positive he was.
Yep.
I don't feel welcome.
Well,
that's because I took away all my welcome mats. You have to be invited to get into my house, vampire.
Ah, nice.
A vampire?
Just in case. You never know. All right, let me catch you up on what happened in the last episode. Having dispatched both Zagran and Yace of Strafsoman and Park Next Remus.
And Park, super important.
Yep. The Four and their allies summoned Lena to Strafsoman's keep, where she met with them and explained what her plans were from that point on, and asked Tasha to be her representative back to the national government in Aribell in petitioning for joining the official nation of Aribell. They were, the Four and their allies were able to take all of the equipment that was worth keeping off both Strafsoman's and Park's body, as well as a few things that had belonged to Lena's mother, one of which was a warhammer dedicated to the god Balmus that she requested be returned to the temple at the Faelaferi Sanctum, with promises to keep in touch. The Four teleported back to the Four home in Thunder's Edge. There, they divvied up the sleeping quarters, and everyone but Arelakis collapsed and slept a lot. Arelakis did too, but he went back to do it in his own place. Athgarr slept in a chair because he just passed out. When everyone awoke, it was mid-afternoon that same day.
Right.
And realizing that no one had eaten, they decided to go to the Ivory's Wrath and check in with Aloric and get some food. Athgarr chose to go meet with Arelakis at that point. So the Four and Vines and Nuck went to the Ivory's Wrath, where they not only got to chat with Aloric, but with Wiggy as well, got some food, and then teleported from there to the Lord's Keep in Aribell, where they were escorted by Tasha's commanding officer, Captain Warbender, into a room where she fully debriefed him on the Strafsoman's liberation.
With report and harmony.
Yes. Circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one telling what it was about. Mm-hmm. He accepted the report, told them that they should, get some food and relax, but not to leave the city, that he was then going to go report to Lord Bonethane, and the Lord might want to see you himself. So just to sort of stick around until he was able to figure that out or not. So everybody went to the Shouting Pirate, where they were reunited with Jojo and with Synchron, who was mildly impressed with Vines and completely startled by Nuck, who just decided to pick up the cat and love the cat. So, while they were there, a messenger came from the Lord's Keep requesting their presence the next day at mid-morning. But unlike the notes they've gotten from Bonethane before, this was actually a formal request for them to be there, and was delivered by an official messenger from the Lord's Keep. So after everyone finished eating and relaxing for the evening and sort of catching up a little bit with JoJo, they returned to Aribell's house, and there Tasha cast her magnificent mansion because Aribell's house is a little too small for 6 people. Or for 8 people. That's right, everybody's there. And so everybody piled in, and even though they had only been awake for about 8.5, 9 hours, they went back to bed to sort of get caught up, because they were up for over 24 hours straight. And knowing that when they awoke, they were going to be traveling to the Lord's Keep and visiting with Lord Bonethane. And that's where we pick up. It is now morning, so you are now back on a much more normal sleeping schedule. And you awaken in your room in the mansion.
I go downstairs and make sure that breakfast is ready.
Okay. You go down there. You make it down to the first floor. Make a perception check for me.
32.
Okay. You get to the bottom of the stairs, and as you turn to the right to head for the kitchen, you hear somebody snoring the other way.
Okay, I go investigate.
And you see Athgarr passed out on one of the couches in the living room, stretched out.
I let him sleep.
Okay.
And I mutter to myself, so tiresome. And I make sure that the birds have prepared bacon and eggs and sausage and pastries and waffles and
Num num num. I come down at some point.
Anything that they didn't already have, you see them kind of go, and they, all of a sudden, the food is appearing as requested.
Excellent. And I pour myself a cup of coffee and sit down next to Athgarr
Okay.
and wait for him to wake up.
Sound asleep. Guess what Athgarr rolled to start the night?
A 1.
Yep.
Awesome.
Did not notice Tasha sit down, does not smell the coffee, does not smell the food.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. I just sit there and, I hum a little tune to myself.
Okay. Vines comes down, and you catch sight of him just kind of stopping for a moment and cocking his head and he looks to the left and looks at you like... And then he kind of walks in and looks at the couch and goes, I was wondering how it was that you were wide awake with a drink in your hand but you were snoring.
Nope, not me snoring. Good morning.
Well, good morning.
Please avail yourself of all of the food and coffee and juice.
Coffee is definitely the first errand of the morning. Thank you.
Agreed.
And he turns and walks in.
I don't remember if you heard me say I come down in the middle of her asking for more food.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I came down and eat. Head for the
Morning.
coffee straight away.
Mhm.
Morning. And just keep going.
Mhm.
And you hear kind of a stomping footstep, which you could easily identify as Arelakis.
Mhm.
He doesn't walk so much as march. It's just his style, but he just walks in and goes, Oh, coffee. Where's the coffee?
I point.
Great. And he pours himself a cup of coffee and just...
Chugs the whole thing.
Mm.
Good lord.
Nope, not enough. Pours another cup. Walks over and sits down at the table. Looks at Zorith. Morning.
I do the coffee thing and take some more.
He reaches out and just snags a piece of bacon and just kind of starts to munch on it while he's drinking the second cup. You
Yep.
hear a very, very loud yawn. And you see Nut kind of walk out from the steps and kind of look to the left and sees Tasha. She's kind of like, Good morning. What you doing?
Drinking coffee. Waiting for Athgarr to wake up.
She walks over, looks down at him. Wake up!
Oh my god.
Ah! Ah. Ah. Was someone yelling at me?
Just Nuck.
I'm just making sure you were awake because there's food and the coffee smells really good. I didn't want you to miss it. Thank you. I'll get some shortly.
The downside of falling asleep on the couch is, well, this.
Yeah, I'm going to go get food. And Athgarr kind of sits up and... It was not my intention to sleep here.
Okay.
I was sitting in front of the fire and I was thinking. Just
And then you fell
mulling
asleep.
over stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was being shouted at.
Ooh. Well, we've all been through a lot. Falling asleep wherever you are is bound to happen on occasion.
Well, that's apparently one thing I've absorbed from the stories that I'm actually able to do, and that's sleep just about anywhere. The heroes in the stories all, lay down on spiky palm fronds and pass out.
You know who else does that, right? Soldiers.
Well, I'm in good company then.
Well, I'm gonna grab some food. When you're awake enough, feel free to do the same.
I'll follow you, because I'm sure the coffee's that direction.
You are correct.
So, Athgarr follows Tasha into the kitchen and grabs a cup of coffee and sits down, and Arelakis is looking at him funny. What? You doing your hair different or something? It's all shoved up on one side.
You woke up like that.
Nah. See? Give him credit for, something new and not even his fault.
So everybody's here but Gwen and Aribell, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
You're muted.
Sorry, I came in when Nook was shouting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Missed that part, sorry. So it's just not Aribell.
All right,
Okay.
Aribell, go ahead and make a perception check. The one thing you might have heard was Nook shouting.
No, she's not there.
I know where she is.
Good. Okay.
27.
You heard someone, probably Nook, shout, "Wake up," in a very, very, very loud voice.
I carry on with what I'm doing.
Okay. All right.
Well, when we get somewhere, we should send someone. We're at Aribell's house.
Well, yeah, you're in the mansion.
In the mansion at Aribell's house.
You're at Aribell's house, yes.
We could send Jojo's nephew out to pick up all of our packages if they're done, and then also buy some standing stones. He's old enough to buy stuff like that, right? Do all our shopping for us.
Yeah.
And name I cannot remember.
Karen.
Karen, yeah, that's right.
We got Fiona and Rathgar next door too.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Yeah. I have no idea where his information is, but it's somewhere. It doesn't matter.
The one thing you realize as you're sitting around the table is, well, apart from Tasha, you really don't have a good sense of what time it is.
Karen.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you know exactly what time it is. But,
Would we have caught up?
Caught up with our sleep?
Yeah, would we?
Yeah,
Well-
I think so.
well, you're back on a more normal sleep schedule.
Do we have time? Do we need to run right now to go to be?
You have about an hour and a half
Um,
before they're expecting you.
And we didn't get the dresses.
No.
We'll just have to go and whatever.
Well, it won't take us that long to get them, will it?
If they fit correctly,
Yeah.
there is usually a fitting, like a final fitting, to sort of fine-tune things. Yours, Gwen, might be ready because yours was mostly just robes
Right.
for
Well,
ambassadorial
see, here
stuff.
I was-
So
I was trying to make it quick and not have to do a shopping thing, but then now we have to do a shopping thing.
No, we don't. You don't have time to do a shopping thing.
No.
So
But I'm sure you could send Kieran a message and he would do whatever you needed him to.
Yeah.
Well, we can pick it up. We can pick it up later.
You'll have to do that outside the mansion.
Oh, right.
It won't work from here.
I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm just gonna say, we won't have time, I don't think, to do all of that.
No, I know. I got you.
So I'm gonna go upstairs and get ready and put on my dress uniform. So
That's
I
really
finished my
good.
coffee.
Fancy clothes.
I finish my coffee and I go upstairs.
Okay.
I'm going to. How long will it take me to go to the shop where I had the separate robes made?
You can probably get there from here in maybe 10 minutes tops.
Okay. So I think I just grab a pastry and say I'll meet you back here in half an hour, 40 minutes. And I head toward the shop.
All right. Of course, do I... All right, so you walk, leave the kitchen, walk out of the living room, and a sight greets your eyes that has you blinking. Like, wait, what? You see Aribell grooming a Pegasus in the stables.
Oh. Good morning.
Good morning.
I didn't know you had a Pegasus.
Starbolt got an upgrade.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. And I nod to him and say, Sir Starbolt, you're looking especially fine today.
He can fly.
That's pretty amazing.
And I can ride him while he flies.
Did you say he was a unipeg or just a Pegasus?
Just a Pegasus.
That's called
Pretty-
an alicorn.
Yeah,
FYI.
It's a unipeg.
It's not
No.
a unipeg.
Yes, it is. That's what we always called them.
Who's
No, they're-
Trust me,
they're-
from my knowledge of My Little Pony, it's an alicorn.
Yeah, from my knowledge of Dungeons and Dragons, it's an alicorn.
from my knowledge of all things.
I like My Little Pony as the reference actually better than
From every mention in My Dragon, it's a unipeg. Oh.
Wait.
Hold on. Strike that, reverse it. Different thing. Alicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Didn't know that. I literally
Princess
did not know
Twilight Sparkle would be disappointed to hear you not knowing what an alicorn is.
that. I really didn't know. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. If you had to watch as many episodes as I have, you'd know this.
Got it. Got it. Alicorn. Wrote it down.
Alicorn.
Wrote it down.
Yeah, but this is just a Pegasus.
I don't know if it's supposed to be the same spirit when you do find Steed to find greater Steed, but I think it should be. So.
Nice. I'll since I'm there, I'll mention I'm running across town to pick up my robes. I know that there was concern that there wouldn't be enough time to get the dresses and so forth because yeah, we're just running short. So just wanted to let you know that everyone else is getting ready. I'm running over to see if I can fetch mine.
You remember how to get there?
I think so.
Make a history check.
Sorry. I shouldn't have asked.
Let's see. Does she remember history? Dirty 20.
Yes, you remember.
Cool.
All right. Well, I suppose I should go get ready. But I kind of just want to stay here with Starbolt all day.
I can't blame you. He looks divine.
All right.
I tear off a little piece of my pastry and sneak it to him. Horses love sweets, even Pegasi.
maybe especially Pegasi. We don't really know.
We don't know.
He could tell me.
Yeah.
I could ask him if I wanted to cast the spell.
Yeah. He takes
Maybe
it.
another time.
he takes it and eats it. So
I pat his nose and head back out.
okay.
I'll head up and get dressed.
All right. Well, the streets of Erma are not thick with people yet, as it's still early. There are some. You make your way to the home of Sulash Vetraman.
And I approach the door and give a smart rap.
And you hear a voice inside say, "We're not quite open yet. We'll be open in about 30 minutes or so."
I hate to impose upon you, sir, but I'm afraid I am in a bit of a rush. Any chance you could come out now? It's Gwen.
Just about the time you say it's Gwen, you hear, "Lady Doonshadow?
Just Gwen.
Yeah, just a minute." And you hear, locks turning and chains rattling. And he opens the door, and there stands Sulash. He's got measuring tape around his neck, and you can see he's got some pins stuck in a pad on his arm.
Good morning.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Yes. Please. Sorry. Come in.
Thank you. I hate to bother you when you aren't yet open for the day, but I've been summoned to some kind of a meeting this morning, and I thought that if my robes happened to be ready, it might be nice to appear at my best.
Well, actually, yes. The robe is ready. The rest of the outfit, I'm still putting the finishing touches on, but certainly you could have the robe.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, come with me. And he takes you back through the house, back into the room where he initially did the measurements, and you see that there's a tunic, and there's breeches, and there's gloves, and a cape that it looks like he's in the process of sewing all of the trim onto.
Oh, this looks lovely.
Oh, thank you. I hope it will please you once it's all finished. But yes, just a moment. And he walks over to a small cupboard and opens it up and draws out something on a hanger. He pulls the hanger off and then sort of, flips it out, and you can see that it's, a full-length, U-sized robe done up in 3 different shades of beige with sort of sky blue piping
Oh,
on the
this is
collars and
lovely.
around the edges of the cuffs and around the bottom hem.
Wonderful.
Thank you, but let's just see if we need to do anything quickly. Go ahead and try it on.
I take off the cloak I'm wearing and put it on.
Okay. It sits perfectly. Like, it sits just right in the shoulders, and the cuffs are a little bit larger than the sleeves, so there's a little bit of flow to them, and it moves nicely when you walk. He actually has put like a 1.5 foot slit down the sides of the robe, so it is easy to walk in. It actually, the lower part of it moves with you as you walk.
Oh, this was a clever design. This is going to make it so much easier for me to move.
Oh, good. That was the idea. I know that there's always the possibility the danger may strike at any moment for, adventurers such as yourselves, so I wanted to make sure that none of this would be constricting if you happen to find yourself having to fight while wearing it.
Well, thank you. That was so thoughtful.
Well, we aim to please, and I am very happy that you are pleased.
I am. When do you think the rest of the items might be ready?
Probably maybe midday tomorrow.
Oh, that's sooner than I expected.
Well,
wonderful.
Midday tomorrow for the final fitting. There may be some alterations that need to happen to make certain that it works for you in terms of wearability. But I think probably by maybe lunchtime tomorrow.
Okay.
If you could come back at that point, or really any point after that, then we could do the final alterations if there need to be any.
Great.
And then you'll be able to take it with you.
Wonderful. By any chance, do you happen to still have the scarf that I gave you?
Oh, yes.
Would it be okay to take that at this time?
Absolutely. Let me go fetch it. And he runs into an adjoining room and comes back with sort of a flat wooden box, and he just kind of opens it up, and you can see that it's actually lined in velvet, and there's the scarf all nicely folded.
So I reach in the box and I pick it up and I say, so I'm probably going to go straight to Lord Bonethane's from here. How would you suggest I wear this with the robes?
Oh, well, most likely, if you're going to wear them with the robes, the scarf would be better worn as more of a stole. So, you can definitely wear the collar of the robe up. It's a little bit more of a regal look, and then just drape the scarf so that it hangs down evenly on both sides.
So I do that. I do that right now.
Okay. And he looks and steps back and reaches forward and just adjusts it a little bit. Steps back, looks again. Brava.
Well, will I do?
Absolutely. You look fit for court.
Thank you. This is by far the nicest thing I own, so I much appreciate it.
Oh. I'm very flattered.
So, how about I give you this, and I hand him a platinum piece, and say, and then I'll see you again tomorrow.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Might I ask, why are you being summoned?
I don't know exactly. We just got back from Strafsoman's End, which we sort of helped liberate and killed the people that were in charge and established new management.
Oh my goodness.
So I think it's probably related to that. But what's really cool is that we took a dragon to get there. That part was really amazing.
Forgive me for asking. What, you took a dragon?
We rode a dragon to Strafsoman's End, and then we infiltrated, and then we met Tasha's auntie, who we thought was dead, but she wasn't. And then we killed basically like the Lord and his little lordling, and installed her auntie as the new head. And it's also had a name change. It's now Strafsoman's Dawn. Isn't that nice? But the dragon ride was probably the coolest part. Like, I've never ridden on a dragon before, so that was pretty amazing. Also a little hard to hang on, but you can get used to it.
As you say, if I might ask you to go back just a moment.
Sure.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. You killed Yasif Strafsoman.
Yes.
And
Actually,
his
like,
son?
Yeah, a bunch of times. Like, a lot. Probably, I don't know, like maybe 100. I don't know. How many times? I don't know. We kept him for like a couple of days and he was dying. I think they said like every minute. I don't know. Anyway, he died a lot. And then we killed him again, just for, final
So he's
measures.
done dying now.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's dead in a way that he won't come back anymore. Mm-hmm.
Probably for the best.
We thought so. He just, seemed like the sort you don't want to leave to come back and get revenge another day.
Absolutely. They did have a reputation for that sort of thing.
So now the slaves are being freed. Tasha's auntie is running the show. She has an heir apparent, or 3, that she's going to have a hand in raising. And yeah, it's a pretty good day. So I don't think that I'm in trouble, but, we'd have to find out what Lord Bonethane has in mind.
Well, this ensemble should be appropriate for just about anything. I
Great.
don't think it would be appropriate for prison, but then again, I don't think that's on the table.
I hope not. I mean, I think he's pleased,
If rumors are to be believed, then yes, he is definitely pleased. This
Well, good.
city has been a thorn in the side of the national government for longer than Lord Bonethane has been in power.
Yes. And I think that he may have some connections now with the new Strafsman's Dawn. I think that they're going to be interested in being more a part of this larger nation. So, good
Imagine
things.
that. Aecathan whole.
Yes. With dragons.
I'm just not thinking about that. I do have work to do, and I can't spend the rest of my day just contemplating dragons as part of all of this. I fear I will
was
get
cool.
nothing done.
Well, I definitely don't want to keep you from your accomplishments, especially since I'm going to be relying on them so heavily as of tomorrow. So I will bid you good day, and I appreciate that you have made such finery for me to wear today.
It is an honor to serve you, believe me. I hope that everything goes well, and I look forward tomorrow to perhaps hearing a bit about what happened.
Oh, sure. As long as I'm not in prison, I'll be sure to tell you all about it.
As I said, I don't think that's on the table.
I hope not. But I will see you tomorrow. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.
I will. You're very welcome, and give my best to your companions as well.
Will do. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So while this has been going on, what have the rest of you been doing? I know Aribell was getting ready. Tasha was getting ready. Athgarr was getting ready. Vines and Nuck both put on their dress uniforms.
I fancy myself up a little.
Arilakis actually took the time to run his fingers through his beard. That's about as fancy as he's going to get.
Yep.
Is that a prestidigitation thing? Can I fix it? Which I'm sure he's got prestidigitation too, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I probably went out into the house to get ready instead of the mansion.
Okay.
More so.
Yeah. All right. Well, it
Smart.
gets to be probably about 15 minutes or so before you are supposed to arrive.
Gwen?
Yes.
Oh, is she there? Are you back?
I was just going to meet you. I told Aribell I would meet you there,
Oh,
like
Okay.
outside of Lord Bonethane's.
okay. All right.
Okay. Well, you
I
will
guess
get
we
there
should-
first.
Yeah, I'll wait around.
I guess we should get a move on.
Oh, looking all fancy.
I have a question.
Sure.
If the Lord talks to me, how do I address him?
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you, my Lord. Okay. That's easy.
Yes, my lord. No, my lord.
And if it's appropriate, you can always call him by his name. You can address him as Lord Bonethane. But use your own discretion.
I think I'll just stick with yes, my Lord. That sounds safer.
Yeah. Well, let's go.
Right?
And we head out.
Okay. The streets are busier.
On the way out, do we all see our alicorn? Because we have to exit out the thing.
Not an alicorn, just a Pegasus.
Oh, that's okay.
You were asking if it was an alicorn, but it's not.
I got too caught up on the Unipeg part. So
Right?
The mansion will last for 24 hours, right?
Yes.
Yes. And
Then-
so far you've used like 10.
Okay. So yes, he's still in the stable.
As you walk into the stables, you realize A, there is an animal in the stables that was not there when you went to sleep,
Okay.
and B, that it looks like a horse, but it has wings.
Say, is that a Pegasus?
Aribell.
My
Aribell.
God.
Oh
It's,
my gosh,
He's beautiful.
that's Aribell's.
Yes, indeed.
Aribell's.
Fancy girl.
Is that your steed?
I'm out in the house.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Is that Aribell's
I
steed?
go to get Aribell. I think so. Let's go check. Knock, 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 knock.
Hello.
Girl, you got yourself a Pegasus?
I did. That's Starbolt. Still,
Holy cow.
isn't he beautiful?
He is gorgeous.
He could fly.
Oh man, you're gonna have permagrin for the rest of the day.
I know.
For the rest of your life. This is so exciting.
You know, I feel like I have to take him out of town before I start. Like, I don't know that it would probably be the best to just walk outside with him. And
I mean,
oh, I should not have done that in the mansion.
what?
Well, you can dismiss him, can't you?
Yeah, but I won't be able to summon him again till tomorrow.
Well, if you want to lead him out, you're going to have to lead him out through your house.
I don't know that he'll fit through the door.
Yeah, maybe not.
Is he really that big?
A large animal.
Yeah.
He can't lead him out through the stable?
That
The
you open-
stable is inside the mansion. The mansion is inside her house.
I was originally going to do it at the
Oh.
stables outside. And then I was like, oh yeah, there's stables in the mansion. But I forgot we cast the mansion inside my house.
Oops.
Yeah.
So-
Sorry.
I don't have any way to make the rooms bigger or anything like that.
Okay.
Poopity doopities.
I don't need him in town. I just wanted to meet him.
Yeah, I bet. That's exciting.
I can understand why you didn't want to wait. I really What?
Oh, I can't Misty Step him.
Oh.
I was thinking Dimension Door, but that won't work either.
Not
I
inside.
don't have Dimension Door. This is definitely not something that I can carry.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Right.
All right.
Can anyone cast polymorph?
I thought about taking it, but I did not take
This
it.
is
I'm
fair.
sorry.
Hmm?
What?
We could put him in the hole. No, you can't open the hole in the mansion. Never mind.
Right.
No, we do it tomorrow. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
We can hang out here, and then tomorrow I'll do it outside, which is what I was gonna do. I was like, oh yeah, we have stables. Just didn't remember we were inside. I have to remember that next time we do the mansion.
Yes.
Right.
Hang on.
Darn it.
Athgarr walks in. That's a big animal.
Athgarr? Airlockus.
Sorry, Airlockus. Sorry. Yeah, Airlockus walks in. I ain't gonna get him out.
I'll just re-summon him tomorrow.
Or you could carry him out.
Not that strong.
Well, I can make him a really little Pegasus.
Miniatures.
He is a My Little Pony. I'm gonna have to get a My Little Pony Pegasus for my wall.
Yes.
Nikki, I will find it.
She's already on it, like too late.
I started writing it down.
Oh, I saw you. It was like,
Oh, I know. I don't want to.
I was like, Nikki's on it.
And opening up Amazon, My Little Pony Pegasus.
What
All
is
right.
his coloring?
Yeah, exactly.
All white.
Asking for a friend?
Mm-hmm. See?
It's white with some silvery.
Yeah, if you want. Since we slept, I can polymorph him. If you
How
want
long
to take him out.
Last?
An hour.
Okay, so I could take him, put him in our regular stable.
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay. I want to ride it later.
Maybe though you better come with me and explain what I'm gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make an enemy of a Pegasus. I know the boy here's read all the books, but I've read enough of them to know that's not a good idea.
I mean, technically, he's like not a normal Pegasus, right? He's a magically summoned celestial creature, but
Still,
There's Star Lily. There's
you gotta
Zip Storm.
you gotta respect the winged horse, is what I'm saying.
all right. Got a pretty big reach.
Yeah, I'm betting.
So we go back in. Starbolt.
Yes.
I neglected to remember that Tasha had cast this abode
Extra dimensional space, I believe.
inside of my house,
Oh.
my
Oh.
physical house. So you're not going to fit through the door.
No, most likely not. You people are tiny.
So my good friend Aerolacus has the ability to make you smaller for an hour, and I will take you to the regular stables, and then in about an hour you'll grow back to your normal size. If that's
And
okay with you.
you wish me to do this?
Yes, please. And then after we have our meeting, I'm hoping we can get out of the town limits a little bit and maybe see what those wings are like.
They work quite well.
I know.
And strangely enough, I now feel more comfortable in the sky. But, very well, the dwarf may cast his spell.
Thank you. He said it's okay, Aerolacus.
All right. Well, this will be a first. And he begins to cast. Oh dear.
Don't turn into a potted plant.
Well, something happened. Let's find out what.
If you get a beard, you just sneeze it off.
He's already got a beard.
If your beard turns into feathers, you just use them all.
Oh, all right. Well, let's find out what happens. Oh. He casts the spell, and Starbolt shrinks down to about a tenth his normal size. At the same time, Aribell rises up into the air, like, whoa. Crap. I think you're gonna have to pull me.
Like a balloon?
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Could be worse.
Aribell does not laugh.
I don't have fronds. So, you know, could be worse.
Well, Starbolt can walk, so.
Okay.
So, you walk Starbolt out, and I pull Aribell behind me like a feathered balloon.
So, the door to the mansion opens,
Oh God,
and this tiny little, like, 1 foot long, 9-inch tall Pegasus walks out. Yeah. Followed by Aribell, who's walking with her arm behind her, and as it turns out, is pulling Aribell by the front of his robes, and Aribell is floating about 7 inches off the ground.
That's a nice look. Are you? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
High level spell.
Yeah.
I haven't had that problem in a long time.
Yeah, rub it in.
Well, I'm just saying. I
It's-
forgot.
Yeah.
It comes with scales, just saying.
I'd be okay with the scales and the wings.
Maybe.
Wings?
Yes.
No wings.
Remember?
Not
Yeah.
yet.
According to the stories, there are supposed to be wings.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Gonna happen.
How long does this usually last?
Good question. Let me see what the duration is on the spell. 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
at least
it'll
we're
be
not-
done by the time you get to the Lord's Keep. Well,
Sorry.
shall we go?
Yeah.
Get
Let's
Starbolt
go.
in the stable and we head out.
Okay.
We don't want to be late.
All right. As you're walking out, you see Kieran walking down the street towards your house, and he's like, "You're back! I didn't know you were back."
Did you walk with us for a minute?
Sure.
We don't have-
I was just going to check on the horses.
Yeah, we have to head to the manor, so if
Oh,
we can give you
okay.
an update, if you don't mind, just so we're not late for.
No,
The Lord.
I work for you. So, you know, if you say, "Can you walk?" Yeah, I can walk.
We have a new steed.
Oh. Okay.
He's currently very small in the stable, but in about an hour he'll be normal size.
Okay.
It's a magic thing. There was some complications.
Right. Of course, there always are. Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a Pegasus?
I've read about them.
Well, you're gonna get to see one today.
Are you kidding?
No. I was able to
Whoa.
how Starbolt appears.
You can do that? Wow.
He's magical.
There's lots of stuff about magic I guess I don't understand.
So in about an hour he'll be normal size.
Okay.
He'll
Um,
understand the same right now.
Oh. Okay. Is there anything special that he needs?
He should be okay.
All right. I guess I'll offer him stuff and ask him to, like, nod his head or shake his head to let me know if he wants it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, gee, I'm glad you're back. Are you going to be around for a while?
Just a day or maybe a day or two.
Oh, okay.
But we'll be back for the festival.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm looking forward to that. Uncle Jojo says it's going to be something. But he won't tell me what that something is.
We wouldn't want to ruin the surprise.
I hate surprises.
It'll be worth it.
Okay. It's not like I got a lot of choice. So.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you.
have fun, and I'm sure I'll see you again before you go, hopefully.
Yes.
And he turns and trots back off towards your house.
He's so sweet.
He does seem a nice young man.
Were we gonna have him? Never mind.
As you wind
I
your
forgot.
way through the streets, you eventually make your way to the Lord's Keep. And there you see Gwen Lauren sort of leaning against the wall, and the two guards on duty kind of like they keep looking over, but they're trying to make it really look like they're not looking over.
Gwen, you look so beautiful. Very
Those-
distinguished for your station.
Thank you.
You look like a diplomat.
I am a diplomat.
Yes, I know. I'm saying you look the part.
Thanks.
And when you walk up, the guards snap to attention.
At ease.
Lord Harriman says you're to go right in, and he will meet you.
Thank you. And we pass on by.
Okay. You walk in to sort of the clerical offices where Bryn Mawr's office is, and you see a young woman, probably half-elven, look over, stand up, and say, "Good morning, Lord. Lord Harriman wants me to take you to a place where you can wait.
Thank you.
Just
Lead on.
follow me." And she takes you up to the second floor, and then up to the third floor, and takes you to the room where you originally met with Lord Bonethane when he first met Athgarr and Aerolacus. He's said to tell you that he will come and get you when they're ready for you.
Very well.
And she turns and kind of like curtsies and moves off rather quickly.
I sit down.
This old dump again.
And now we wait.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
And
down
you
and-
sit probably for close to half an hour.
Were we early or were we on time?
We were on time.
You were told mid-morning, and you showed up
Oh.
at mid-morning.
Oh, okay. I thought we were told at a specific time. Got it. Okay.
Mid-morning is what, 10?
9.
Oh,
Mid-morning is 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
yikes.
It's
I'm
halfway
in.
between 6 and noon, so yeah, I would say mid-morning is 9.
Okay. Phew.
After about 20 minutes or so, Aribell is standing looking out the window. You hear him go, "Uh-oh."
What?
Are there usually lots of dressed up people coming in and out of this here keep?
No. Really dressed up?
We're dressed up.
Come here.
Yeah.
Come here.
I wore my fancy clothes.
Okay. I go to see at the window.
And he... Do you go to Aribell?
Yes.
You look down and he's pointing to... there's a... Looks like sort of the tail end of some sort of informal procession entering the gates, and you...
It's like full court.
We have done it.
And you see people in noble regalia. It looks like representatives from noble houses are here.
Oh, I'm glad I dressed up.
Yep. About
Fine clothes on.
About 10 minutes later, the door opens, and you see Lord Harriman, who is not in his normal attire. He is wearing very, very formal robes and is carrying a rather ornate staff.
Gods.
The Lord Bonethane is almost prepared for you. We will be going down to the main audience chamber, at which point we will stop. I will enter, and I will introduce each one of you, and you will come in when I introduce you, and walk to the petitioner's area. Please do not enter until I introduce you, and attempt to maintain appropriate decorum.
So I start explaining to them where the petitioner area will be, since they will have.
Right.
Yeah, my eyes are wide and afraid.
Follow my lead, Zori. You'll be fine.
I don't even know what my name is. Oh, I guess I do. Like, okay.
So he leads you down, whereas he usually walks sort of hurriedly and a little bit hunched over. He is walking in a very stately way, and he is absolutely, completely upright.
Oh my god, you guys. It's the end of Star Wars. Oh no. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
I walk stately as well, or at least my version of stately. I'm
Okay.
straight at it, kind of at attention.
Yep. Vines and Nuck both assume sort of parade walk.
Yep.
Gets down to the doors, cracks the door, looks for a minute, sees something, and then proceeds to open both doors, guards on either side take the doors and hold them fully open. Lord Harriman steps in and pounds the staff on the floor 3 times, and you see that the room is full. The floor is full. The balcony is full. And at the end of the room, Lord Bonethane is seated on his chair, up on his dais, and he's wearing his formal robes of state and the crown.
Eek.
And Lord Harriman says,
Ladies and gentlemen, nobles all, and my lord, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the liberators of Strafsoman's End. Captain Tasha Greenvale.
and everyone just kind of, I mean, it's like a wedding. Everyone just kind of turns and watches you walk in.
Lady Aribell Iselin.
I walk in. Posture to make my mama proud.
Make a perception check.
Yes, I am.
Ooh, it's your mama there. Ooh.
27.
Your parents are indeed there, as are Graf and his crew.
Graf?
Our cool guys that
We were gonna take with us,
Your
but we couldn't,
wagoners.
Oh.
that we couldn't take with us.
Cool. Oh my.
The ambassador from Thunder's Edge, Lady Gwen Duneshadow.
I walk in and try not to look at anyone. I just
Okay.
look straight ahead.
Okay.
Master Sorcerer Zorith Zerkan.
I walk in stiffly, but like exactly like Aribell walked. Exactly. I know I don't curtsy, bow, I don't nothing yet. I like exactly what she did. Eyes straight on Bonethane.
Okay.
Sergeant Hearing Sherrier.
Vines walks in at attention.
Private Nook.
Nuck kind of walks in. She's clearly doing her best to imitate Vines. So,
That's all we can do.
Also from Thunder's Edge, Master Sorcerer and Attaché to Lord Tremaine, Master Erelakis. Attaché. Shit.
I giggle a little bit.
And the heir to Thunder's Edge, Lord Athgarr Skend.
and Athgarr walks in. Walks to stand with the rest of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Four and their allies.
And there's a round of applause.
Now I bow curtsy.
I just bow.
And Vines and Nuck salute. And they hold the salute until Lord Harriman steps off to the side and Lord Bonethane stands and returns their salute.
Ooh.
I am still bow curtsy.
As he stands up, the noise in the room quiets quickly.
Shocked, I will stop bow curtsying.
Tap you on the back to tell you to stop.
And I do with like one little final head bow thing.
He looks at all of you for a moment.
In the midst of war, any cause for celebration is worthy of notice, and this is just such an occasion. It is my responsibility, and honestly my pleasure, to inform the court that the Four and their worthy allies have succeeded in freeing Strafsoman's end from the tyranny of Yasef Strafsoman.
And there's kind of a...
A murmur. Murmur.
Mm-hmm.
The city is now under the control of Yasef's sister, Lena Strafsoman, Paladin of Pharos. And, if my sources are correct, she has already freed any and all enslaved persons in that city and declared slavery illegal under penalty of death.
And he's looking at the group like, is that right?
Excellent. As you may suspect, given their presence here, it was the Four, Lady Aribell, Lieutenant Greenvale, under the command of Captain Ranmore Warbender, Master Sorcerer Zorith, the Craig Magdal from Thunder's Edge, Gwen, along with their allies, Lord Athgarr, Master Sorcerer Erarlacus, Sergeant Sherrier, and Private Nook. Lieutenant, if you would step forward, and Captain, if you would join her.
Step forward.
And you see Warbender step out of the crowd and step up beside you, and he just, out of the side of his mouth, says,
Courage. Lieutenant, I would be pleased to receive your report on what happened at Strafsoman's End. You may keep the details to a minimum, just the basic course of events, please, for all who are here.
I tell them.
okay. Make a performance check.
Okay.
I know, telling a bard to make a performance check. How awkward is that?
So awkward. 28.
All right. You basically tell the story. You tell it with virtually no embellishment, but you still tell it in a compelling way. And there are a few gasps, a few moments where people are sort of, yeah, damn straight. You finish your recitation. Bonethane says,
Thank you, Lieutenant. You may rejoin your companions. And, Captain, if you would go and stand with that group as well, please.
I step back.
he addresses the court.
This, as many of you know, has been a goal of mine since I assumed the leadership of the armies in the nation. But it's also something that I have been unable to accomplish. Given that fact, I am doubly grateful for the actions of the Four and their allies. Given their service to the country and to me, I have the following announcements to make.
And he steps down off the dais, and you see 2 pages step out to join him, and they are both carrying wooden chests.
As I call your names, please step forward. Lady Aribell Iselin.
I walk forward. See.
For your unwavering service to both your goddess and the realm, I hereby decommission you as second lieutenant in the Aecathan army and officially appoint you to the position of ambassador of Erma. It is my wish that you assume the role of primary contact with the Lady Strafsoman and help her as needed as she brings that long-blighted city fully into the fold. This may be done in person or at a distance magically, however your other responsibilities dictate.
And he turns to the page on his right, opens the chest, and pulls out a very ornate scroll, which he walks forward and hands to you.
Thank you, my lord.
You may step back.
She does.
Captain Ranmore Warbender.
Warbender steps forward, looking a little less confident than he was at the beginning, because he didn't expect to get singled out. That's pretty clear.
For your service to the nation and your wisdom in training your various charges, you are hereby promoted to the rank of Major, with all the rights and privileges therein. Thank you for your service, Major.
And he reaches into the chest on the left and pulls out a new rank emblem. Walks up, pins it to Warbender's uniform, steps back, salutes him. Warbender salutes back, and then he kind of steps back into the group.
Lieutenant Tasha Greenvale.
I step forward.
For your service and in recognition of your suffering recently and in the past at the hands of the Strafsomans, you are hereby promoted to the rank of captain, with all the rights and privileges thereof.
He reaches into the chest on his left and pulls out a captain's rank insignia and pins it to your uniform. Then he steps back and salutes.
You may
Zorith.
step back.
Zorith is just like tearing up, like not sobbing, just like
I step.
quiet little silent tears.
Lady Zorith Zirkan.
I step forward.
For your unique service to the realm, your dedication to your comrades, and in recognition of the unique role you play in facilitating the return of the metallic dragons, I hereby decommission you as second lieutenant of the Aecathan army, and appoint you as special ambassador and envoy to the 5 metallic dragon septs on behalf of the nation of Aecathan. You will be our representative to their collective. And if I'm not mistaken, you are already, at least unofficially, their envoy to ours.
He turns to the chest on the right, pulls out another ornate scroll, and hands it to you. And then
bow and take it back.
All right.
Lord Athgarr and Master Aerolacus, given your positions in Thunder's Edge, there's little that I can offer you. But your actions on behalf of the realm deserve some recognition. Therefore, it is my pleasure to award you, Master Aerolacus, with the Order of Tadanriel, given only to those purveyors of the arcane who render service unto the nation of Aecathan above and beyond that which is expected of its citizens.
He reaches into the left-hand chest and pulls out a medal. Walks up and pins it to the front of Aerolacus' robes and says,
On behalf of the entire nation, thank you for your service.
and Aerolacus just kind of stands there for a second, looks at the medal and says,
Happy to help.
steps back. Bonethane turns to Athgarr.
Lord Athgarr, it's rare in modern times for someone so high in the political chain of command to render aid in person, and especially on such a massive scale. You carry with you the responsibility of our sister city to the southwest, as well as serving as companion-in-arms to the Four, and embodying the best of what we expect from our ruling families. As such, there is but one honor that I can bestow upon you that would be appropriately meaningful: the adamantine star.
And there's a gasp from the crowd as Bonethane pulls out what appears to be a beautifully crafted star medallion made of pure adamantine. And he pins it to Athgar's chest.
With this symbol, be you forever identified as a warder of the realm and a knight of Aecathan. I can bestow no titles or lands beyond which you are already entitled, but know that I would, if I could.
He walks forward and sort of motions Athgarr to lean down, and leans in and whispers something to him. And then stands up and steps back to look at both Athgarr and Aerolacus.
I want to thank you both for your service to the land and your assistance to the Four. Know that as long as my rule remains, you both are always welcome in Irma.
And he inclines his head, and both Athgarr and Aerolacus bow deeply and sort of step back.
Sergeant Hearing Sherrier.
And Vine steps forward. He looks perfectly calm, but from behind you can see the trickle of sweat running down the back of his neck. For your exemplary service, it is my pleasure to promote you to the rank of First Lieutenant, with all of the rights and privileges therein. And it is my wish, as it is your commanding officers, to offer you your choice of duty and post following this. And you see Vines get this look on his face like, I have no idea. Bonethane kind of chuckles. You may think on it and let Major Warbender know of your decision sometime soon. He salutes. Vines salutes back. Private Nook. And you actually see her kind of start like, oh shit. And she steps forward kind of tentatively and then remembers and stands at attention. Bonethane starts to sort of walk around her as he speaks. I wish all assembled to look upon this soldier and know that she represents the possibilities found within all of us. She came from a rather troubled beginning, but has found, I believe, her heart and her calling, and should be seen as an inspiration to any who falsely believe that it is ever too late to change one's destiny. Private, it is my honor and pleasure to award you the Order of the Anvil, given to those who show courage and dedication above and beyond that expected of the members of the Aecathan army, and promote you to corporal, with all of the rights and privileges therein. Furthermore, it is the wish of Major Warbender and myself that you be assigned to the task of recruiting a platoon whose members represent the full diversity of origin, class, and ability to be found within the nation of Aecathan, with duties to be assigned once that formation is complete. Major Warbender will brief you on more details. And he salutes, and Nuck just kind of is... And he's standing there, and he just kind of... Oh! And she's kind of steps back. She's wearing a medal that is a beautifully rendered iron anvil. Finally, it has come to my attention that there has been some... And he kind of looks around the room with this not-so-happy look on his face. There's been some discussion as to the wisdom of letting officers in the Aecathan military operate without oversight from the command structure. With that in mind, I hereby decree that the group known as the Four are now considered an autonomous unit working with association to the Aecathan military. Captain Greenvale will be liaison with the existing command structure, but is granted full authority to choose the tasks the Four are best suited to dealing with. We will, of course, expect that they can be counted on to return to Erma should the need arise for their unique abilities. But unless and until such an occasion arises, the Four are now officially free to pursue the paths and tasks they deem necessary, having demonstrated time and again that their insight is keen and should be trusted. This
proclamation is effective anywhere within the territorial boundaries of the nation of Aecathan. And again, there's... some of it doesn't sound particularly happy.
Hey. I'm waiting.
Ladies, gentlemen, all...
What about Gwen?
He did, Gwen.
He did, Gwen.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
No, I wrote down everybody.
I wrote down everybody. He didn't. He introduced Gwen, but he didn't give her.
He didn't give her nothing.
I would have remembered.
Well, he made you the
Nope.
Nope, he didn't do Gwen.
Uh-oh.
You just missed a line in your notes, Jeff. That's all.
Apparently.
I'm sure you didn't forget Gwen.
No.
Oh heck nah! I'm writing down everybody.
And finally, this brings us to Lady Gwenlauren Dunshadow.
I'm not a lady.
Yes, you are.
As Craith Magdal of Thunder's Edge, like your kin, also from that southern city, there is little that I can award you. But there is one thing I can do to show our appreciation and to continue to foster goodwill and good relations. It has come to my attention that the Four have been granted property in Thunder's Edge, known as the Four Home. Therefore, it is my privilege to appoint you the rank of Viscountess and assign you property here in Erma.
Like land?
And a domicile. And
A house?
a staff.
A staff? Like a stick?
Servants. And it is expected that you will henceforth consider yourself a guest noble within the confines of the city of Erma. Let all the noble houses witness the birth of a new noble family.
Who's standing next to her?
I don't know.
Thank you.
He reaches into the chest on the right and pulls out a third ornate scroll and presents it to you.
Thanks. I curtsy, sort of.
Okay.
I smile. I know that curtsy.
I would like to thank you for your service and for bringing our lost wayward city back into the fold. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Four and their allies.
And Bonethane begins to clap. And everybody starts to clap. And even though it's not terribly appropriate, there are a few wolf whistles in and around the crowd. The applause goes on. It lasts
Too long,
for
forever?
over a minute
Ooh, uncomfortable.
before it starts to die down. Bonethane turns, walks back up to the dais, and reseats himself. And Lord Harriman steps back out. Thank you, assembled personages, for your time and your attention. And he pounds the staff on the floor 3 times and says, the High Court of Aermar now stands adjourned.
Can we go?
And yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as she looks for the, because I mean they've already acknowledged Bonethane. She looks for the head of their house, the Kevin. I don't know how you say it. Kevin Huller house. She would find them in the crowd and curtsy to them.
And you see the matron, and very dignified, well-dressed, older halfling woman. And she just looks at you for a moment and then responds with an exactly equal curtsy.
I find Aribell's parents.
Yeah,
And bow to them.
the crowd is beginning to sort of break up now, and there are several people headed your direction.
No.
Oh, breathe.
Aribell's
Breathe.
parents are there.
I'm fine with that.
Beeline for them.
They're coming
Let's
to
see.
us.
Yeah, we don't have
Yes,
to do
yes.
anything.
These people are, because the court is over, so they can actually move to you now. You see Graf and Jink and Rothric and Talnor are coming behind them. You see Jojo.
Oh,
You see Kyrian grinning from behind Jojo's back.
oh, right.
You see a young halfling woman who it takes you a second, but you realize is Mirla,
Oh,
and they all sort of come out and everybody starts talking at once.
Noviessa, huh?
Can't
Do you say anything about that?
No.
Well, no, because I assume she's there but doesn't look like herself if we don't see her.
Mhm.
Probably. But, Jojo's actually wiping tears.
Oh, don't make me cry again.
And he says, he looks around to make sure nobody who's going to be offended is anywhere nearby, and he says, it's about fucking time.
What?
Pardon my language, but I'm so happy that they've finally given you the recognition that you deserve.
Mm.
Because you all have done some amazing things, and I have to say, as somebody who's, happy to call you all friends, that busted my ass. I kept thinking, where's the recognition? Where's the thank you for all that you've done? But now you've got it. Whew. Wow.
I don't know what just happened.
Well, I'll give you a hint. Lady Duneshadow, you're a noble now.
I don't think that's not right. No.
And
It
Athgar's
is
just
right.
I can't.
Shut up.
I lean over to Gwen. I cannot wait to see Tremaine's face.
Oh, that is a good point.
I thought that might make it more comfortable for you.
Oh, you have no idea.
Did he say a house? Did I
Yeah.
get a house?
Yes,
Yes, probably much larger than the 2-bedroom we've been staying.
you're You are a property owner now, Gwen. And you have servants.
No, not that part, because that doesn't make any sense. But I think he said I have a house. So
Yes.
I want to.
Yeah,
I want to go see. I want to go see the house. Maybe.
And Aribell's mother leans in and says, I did have a little bit to do with helping Lord Bonethane determine what would be appropriate for you. It is not a house. It is an estate. And you need to learn the difference, as you are now a noble.
Oh,
I'll give you lessons, Gwen.
Is that a bigger house?
Much bigger.
Where is
It
the
is.
house?
It is approximately the same size as House Thebes.
Why? I only am one person.
Well, I hope you'll let us stay with you.
I mean,
Yes, but you have to understand that the mutterings that he spoke of about the autonomy of your group and its potential conflict with the command structure of the military. This was also done to shut the nobles who were objecting up. You are now one of them. Therefore, politically, you give social legitimacy to the rest of your group.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
You will learn. As Aribell will, I'm sure, tell you, it actually makes perfect sense.
Let me dumb it down. This will shut all of the nobles up.
But they're not going to like that, though.
Yeah, but they don't like each other most of the time.
they don't have a choice.
Yes.
He just said it is so.
That is the point. That they may grumble, they may decide that they do not like you. Some of them already have decided they do not like any of you. But now you have rank. So now you have a certain amount of social protection in that the consequences are much graver should they be caught doing anything illegal or ignoble to you and your companions. So, in a way, it is his method of providing you with more social protection.
Where is the house? Is it here?
Yes.
Like right here in town?
Yes. It is a few blocks from here.
Can we go there?
Well, eventually, I'm certain, the staff will want to meet their new mistress.
There's already a staff there?
Yes, the staff comes with the estate. There have to be people there to take care of it when you are gone.
When it's all gonna be fine, I promise.
Well, I was going to say party at my house, but now I don't know if I want to go to my house. I don't want to do anything with a staff. I don't know anything about staff. I mean, from the other side.
Then it occurs to me that you will be the perfect person to have a staff. Because you yourself know how you are preferably treated, and you will treat them that way. And this will make them loyal to you. It will make them appreciate being in your employ. And loyalty is not a small thing when dealing with the nobles of Ermo.
I've got to pay a staff?
It comes out of the estate budget.
There's a budget?
You didn't think that he would give you a massive piece of property and buildings without the ability to see to their upkeep.
Sure. Yes. No?
The rank of Viscountess does come with
an operating budget, I guess, would be the easiest way to explain it to you.
Fine. Gwen, it's gonna be fine. Be an estate manager who will manage all of the people for you and pay all of the bills and everything.
That is true. Is someone that I handpicked for you. So I know that she is competent and trustworthy.
You picked a manager?
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
You are family.
Oh.
You travel with my daughter. You protect her. How could I not help you? Besides, I know that you are new to all of this. And
Thank you.
Aribell will be invaluable to you as you learn the ins and outs of the noble side of things. A lot of it is not going to make sense to you. Don't worry. It doesn't make sense to those of us who grew up in it. It's just the way it works.
Wow. I'm gonna need some time.
And some ale.
I don't think there's enough ale in Erma for this.
No, none of us were really expecting this.
Yeah, Captain Greenvale.
What the heck?
And I hug Gwen.
I hug Nook.
I don't know what I'm doing here.
I know, it's okay.
That makes two of us. What did that I don't even know what any of that meant.
I just got a pay raise.
I think we
I
should,
get more money? Wow.
I think we should go have lunch and take a deep breath.
Talk through all of this.
Well, actually, allow me to make a suggestion.
Yes.
Why don't you take the afternoon, do whatever you like. But when dinner time comes around, find your way to the pirate. I'm closing tonight. We've got a private party.
Ooh, for
So,
who? Oh,
Party at the pirate.
you know, they usually don't make idiots captains. For you, of course.
oh, that's so nice.
You're all invited, and you can invite anyone else that you like. But tonight, it'll just be us.
Woohoo!
So
Sounds
you can
fabulous.
just kick back and relax, and you don't have to worry about people you don't know. Heck, Viesa might even let me send the bouncers home.
No, probably not.
You hear Arecathan burst out laughing, and you see that he and Athgarr are like hunched over, talking, and Athgarr just said something, and he's roaring like he laughs so hard and so long that the tears run out of the sides of his eyes. He's literally bent over, slapping his leg.
Must be laughing about Tremaine. Is there anybody else waiting to talk to us?
Nope. Mirla does wait until there's an opportunity to come over and just say, "I'm so happy for all of you." And when I got the chance to come for this, I thought, hopefully it would give me an opportunity to just say thank you. Because I'm a wizard.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
I've still got a lot to learn, but I can actually cast some spells, some real spells.
It's wonderful, man.
And if it weren't for all of you, that never would have happened. I'd still be spending all my time serving drinks and getting pinched by Thonin.
Do you have to work tonight?
I don't work there anymore.
Would you like to join us at the Pirate for dinner?
I'd love to. Thank you. Yeah, I actually work at a magic shop full time now.
That's
That's
wonderful.
so good.
It's turned out better than I ever could have imagined, and if it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. You definitely deserved all the good things that he said, and more. I think he should have talked longer.
I'm glad he didn't.
And then I go over to the boys, Graf and the boys, and start apologizing because we couldn't take them with us.
Don't think anything of it, ma'am. You know, you got the job done. We were just offering to go along and help. If you didn't need our help, of course you didn't need our help.
And I start like digging in my purse for money.
Don't do that. I mean, you know, you're a hero. You're a sorcerer.
And Jinx says,
Ambassador. Oh, right. Yeah, ambassador. Sorry, ambassador. We're making more money working for Lord Thebes than we did working for the army, so
Awesome.
we're good.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to go with us anyway.
Well, that
We
may
got-
be,
we-
but you know, we're looking forward to actually being able to travel through. What's it? Strafsoman's. It's
Dawn.
not Dawn. That's better.
And you guys should come to the party tonight at the Pirate, the Shouting Pirate. Please.
Really?
Yes.
What do you think, boys?
and
All four of them in your four different, all the other three voices.
right,
They just nod.
They
and
just nod.
and Rothric and Talonor both just kind of like nod, and Jink goes,
Sweet.
Well,
Well, we'll be there. Thank you so much for inviting us. This'll be fun.
Aribell grins at her mom and says, Lady Thebes, would you like to come to the Shouting Pirate for dinner?
Usually, I am not very fond of the duck world, but I have. She kind of glances at Jojo and says, I have heard very good things about the food at this establishment.
I nod.
And Jojo's just kind of like,
Well, I do my best.
well, we'll see. Because your father and I will, of course, attend your party.
You don't have to dress as fancy.
I sidle up to Arabelle's mom and say, would you mind going with me to this house?
Oh, of course not. I would be happy to. But I
Thanks.
assume that your companions will also want to come.
Sure, but it sounds like you already know some of the people, so maybe you could show me around and help.
I am fairly certain that we can do that. Maybe not immediately, because I do have other things that I have to attend to at the moment. But I am certain that in the next few days there will be time, and it will all be taken care of until you get there and after you leave. So there is no rush.
Okay, I'd like to see it pretty soon. I know that Aribell has said that her house is a little a little small for the number of people, so just let me know when it might be convenient.
I will do that.
Can you tell us where it is, and maybe I can walk her by so she can see it from the outside and have time to process?
I will make certain that you know the location.
What about Kieran and Jojo? Kieran will be there tonight too?
Yeah, if I'm allowed. You're old enough. Yay! Don't make me rethink my decision. Okay. And, a certain, woman of our mutual acquaintance will, of course, also be there this evening. She's looking forward to talking to you.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to talking to her.
She was here.
Of course she
We
was.
assumed.
I don't know which one she was,
We're not hourly.
but she was here.
We're not hourly. That's funny.
Oh, well, we should probably get going. Well, we say don't be the last one to leave a party, and looks like we're the last ones in here.
Ooh, well, I guess we should go then. So, where shall we go? Shall we go back to the mansion and change? Yeah, let's do that.
And get Gwen a drink.
All right.
Or 4.
I think I might need to be sober for this.
Warbender.
Drinks later.
Warbender says, "Well, if you don't mind."
Obviously, he's invited too. I forgot he was here.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Please.
I appreciate that. I'm going to take Lieutenant Sherrier and Corporal Nook, and we're going to go back to my office, and I'm going to help them sort out what just happened and what their options are.
Oh,
We expect to see the 3 of you
Sounds good, Major.
We will definitely be there.
at the pirate.
Yeah,
that's the pirate.
Major. More work.
More paperwork.
Yeah. More paperwork, less fun stuff, but I'll take the pay raise.
Right.
What is the pay raise for Captain?
Pittance,
He just
I'm
kind
sure.
of looks around and sort of leans forward and motions you down and whispers in your ear. It's not a lot, but it's noticeable.
Yeah. All right.
Excellent.
Well, we will bid you a fond farewell, and we'll see you later.
Yep. I'll make certain that these two show up at the Shouting Pirate tonight. So we'll all be there. Yeah. Although I am kind of interested in having somebody tell me what happened.
Follow Warbender. He'll help you.
Yeah, come along, Corporal. It'll be fine. And Warbender turns and leads the other two out the doors. Jojo and Kieran say their goodbyes. Jojo's going to go and get ready and put the notice up to let people know that they'll be closed tonight. Aribell, your mother and father both hug you and say goodbye to you and everyone else, and they head out, and Mirla does the same. And then it's just the 6. You 4 and Arelakis and Athgarr.
Let's go back to the mansion and get out of these crazy clothes.
Yeah. Well,
Are you headed back, or are you going to stay for the party?
Based on what I found when I got back to my house and back to the office last night, I'm going back now.
Anything we should be worried about?
No, just Tremaine's made some stupid decisions because he didn't have the person he needed to tell him what the hell was actually going on. Sten didn't know, so she couldn't tell him, so I have to go back and put fires out.
Ooh, well, good luck with that. Let us know if you need our help.
Yeah, I will.
I mean,
For us to get back to Thunder's Edge to tell him the good news?
I won't say a word. Believe me. It's going to be the best 1-2 punch I've ever seen.
Can't wait to introduce the Viscountess. June Shadow.
Yeah.
I know.
So
And,
weird.
And the boy will tell you what the second hit's going to be.
What's the second hit?
He'll tell you. Anyway, enjoy your party. Gods know you earned it.
Well, you helped a lot.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
Thank you.
happy
Without
to
you-
have been able to help.
Without your anti-magic field, I don't know what kind of contingency spells could have gone off.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank
saving
you.
our bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for letting an old dwarf come along. It was fun to actually get out in the field again.
We hug him. I do.
And he
Yep.
just kind of, awkwardly one arm hug back.
I
Boys.
just kind of clap him on the shoulder.
I shake his hand.
Viscountess.
Shut up.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun.
Oh
Anyway,
my.
I'll see you all next time you get to the edge.
We'll be soon, I'm
edge.
sure.
And he turns and makes his way out. And then it's just the 5 of you again.
We're gonna head back to the mansion and probably break.
Yep.
Yeah, head to the mansion. That's where I think we
Yes. We head
need
back
to
the
pick up this
mansion.
party.
So you make your way out. Some of the guards who recognize you sort of, nod and smile and offer their congratulations as you head out. And then you make your way out of the keep, back through the city, back to Aribell's, and back into the mansion. And that is where we'll take our break.
Lovely.
So,
Not bad.
yeah, things are going to be a little different now.
Yeah, they are.
Kind of a big deal.
Bite me. What?
We are
Kind of a big
kind of a big deal.
We are a humongo deal.
Now we're kind of a huge deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get
So,
our-
we'll be back in 15. Don't go anywhere. We'll see what happens next. welcome back. So, the four, along with Athgarr, have returned to Aribell's home and returned to the mansion within Aribell's home.
Well, I'm glad that's over.
Gwen takes off the robe, slings it over a chair, and just drops into another chair and just sits there. That's it.
Let me go hang this up for you.
And
And I
Athgarr
take
is
the cake and hang it up.
helping himself to a little bit of food. And he brings his plate over to the table, sits it down, then unpins the star from his tunic, puts it in his hand, and just sits there staring at it.
Okay. What does that mean? Do I know?
Make a history check.
Can I make one too?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, 22.
You know that the Platinum Star is the highest non-military honor that can be bestowed on an individual. So it's the highest civilian honor. And you also know that it has not been awarded in the entirety of Bonethane's tenure. The last time it was awarded was just after the first Dragon Orc War.
Ooh, that's a long time ago.
Yes. So this is not something that gets handed out a lot.
Athgarr, you're kind of the shit. Athgarr, you were awarded something very big.
I'm aware of that.
Huh?
What do you think your father will say?
That's the issue.
What?
Do you think he'll be that?
Part of me desperately wants my father to be proud of me. But another
Sure.
part of me wants something I can throw in his face. This is both.
Why is it something you can throw in his face?
I was unaware, but I think you saw after Lord Bonethane gave this to me, after he pinned it to my chest, he leaned in to whisper something to me. Apparently, it is my father's lifelong dream to be awarded this.
Oh.
I can hear her
no.
laughing.
Oh my.
Oh dear.
Well, that's just the best.
Is it?
I don't know how to feel about this.
Well, they must have thought you earned it.
You certainly did.
And it's a way for Bonethane to tweak my father. I'm not unaware of that.
Yes. Well, your father is very tweakable.
All of these things are kind of tweaking Tremaine. I mean, he gave us a house. Bonethane gave us an estate.
Well, he gave
it to Gwen an estate.
the estate.
Well, you know, my estate is your estate.
Well, yes.
That's very kind, Gwen. Thank you. And he takes the medal and looks at it for another second, and then puts it in his belt pouch.
Ooh. So how many days will it take for your father to find out about this?
The
Well,
far
signals.
the far signal lanterns were already transmitting the full transcript of Lord Bonethane's presentation.
Mm-hmm. How long will it take for that to reach your father?
Sure
A
he
day?
knows. Soon, before we get back.
Yes.
Oh my word.
It won't be long.
He'll have it before sunup tomorrow for certain. He may have it before sundown tonight. Depends
Wow.
on how quickly the relays are working.
Well, I don't envy anybody who's near him at that moment.
And Arilakis went back to be just that.
He will be proud of you, Athgarr. He already is.
But now he'll also be a little jealous.
Oh, a little?
How does he respond? You've seen him be jealous before. I mean, he's been jealous of Bonethane.
Yes.
How does he typically respond?
Anger.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's how he responds to many things since my mother died.
You don't say.
I do have to say, while I don't think I want to be there when he finds out about the Platinum Star, I kind of want to be there when he finds out about the new Viscountess.
Shut up.
And we should go because he's going to find out tonight or tomorrow morning.
He is not going to know what to do with that.
I'm aware.
I don't know that.
What, Aribell?
I mean, I know we all want Tremaine to I feel bad about. Don't want to
feel-
take much glee in his discomfort.
I'm going to take some glee.
Well, yes.
I mean,
you-
honestly.
but the how he gets it doesn't need to be.
Well, he'll receive it as part of his either morning or evening briefing.
What I wouldn't give to be a fly on the wall.
Actually, I will admit, I would like to witness him hearing about Gwen.
You know who would really get a kick out of that? Zakuthos.
I'm sure he already knows.
I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he thinks it's very funny.
So I just spend some time concentrating and saying, Zakuthos, did you hear? Funniest thing ever? Can you believe this? I bet you wouldn't be able to help but be there to see the look on Lord Tremaine's face when he hears the news. If that's the case, let me know.
Make
Because-
a persuasion check.
Sure. 18.
In the very back of your mind, you hear,
I tell them he knows. And he thinks it's funny.
Of course he does.
but I do have to wonder. I do have to wonder exactly what he'll do.
What can he do?
Not do. That's the wrong word. I wonder if this will change his behavior.
Toward
because,
me?
Yes.
I doubt
Because
it.
no, it must.
I expect it will.
By the rules of the clans, by the rules of any court, you are now a noble. When you arrive, you must be treated accordingly.
I will say, though, that didn't get me through the gates at Thunder's Edge when we got there. I tried.
Yes, but you are not already a member of the clan.
Right.
Believe it or not, the other members of the Lion Clan will see this as furthering their prestige and their honor. That you, having been given this honor, brings honor to the clan. And therefore, if my father does not behave appropriately,
Ooh.
it may not even be me who says something. It may simply be other members of the clan who will finally, I believe, step up and chastise him. Privately, of course. But they will...
That would be necessary.
The elders may have to step in and set him straight.
That too would be something to behold.
We will never see it. We will never even know if it occurred.
True.
I don't know. I think Tremaine will be... I don't know. Can't tell. There's too many options.
He'll be icily civil.
Mm,
I've felt his disapproval before. He doesn't have to voice it for it to be there.
True.
Just means he won't be able to give in to, yelling at me publicly anymore. Which is something. I mean, not a lot, but...
And I don't know if the clan will even allow that. Because to be icily civil is to show open disrespect. And as you are now a noble and a landowner in the capital, there are certain risks that come with inappropriate behavior. And Father is astute enough to know he will likely have to swallow a lot of what he might normally say or display, and treat you appropriate to your station.
That's really weird.
For all his disapproval, I mean, the second time he kind of had his hand forced a little, but he still has placed you more than once into very high positions of honor within the clan, Gwen. So I don't think your abilities have ever been in question for him.
If you'd seen him before, you might think differently. His hand was forced, and he really couldn't get out of the situation he had put himself in by replacing me before I came back.
He couldn't get out of the situation, let's be honest, that I placed him in. By coming to bring you back.
But he still put you in that initial position based on your skills.
No, he did not assign her to that. The clan assigned her to that. Based on her proven abilities.
He wanted me gone and away from Athgarr, and that was a way to get me out as well. So he might have overlooked those who wanted me in the position because his desire to have me gone was stronger than his desire to keep me out of certain prestigious positions. I think he worried that I was too much of a negative influence.
I think he worried that I would become too rebellious if I continued my association.
Exactly.
But I've discovered I enjoy a little rebellion now and then.
I wonder where you got that from.
Mother, I assume.
My experiences in Strafsoman's lately. That was the first time I was ever part of an overt, open rebellion. It was refreshing.
Wasn't it, though?
Parts of it.
I do like a good rebellion.
Speaking of which, Aribell, I owe you an apology. I didn't realize that when I pushed you in combat that I removed you from being close enough to complete your next action. I didn't realize that I had pushed you away. I thought I had pushed you to the side, not back. So I apologize, and I will endeavor not to do so again.
I appreciate that. Many times the way I place myself in combat is not about my own advantage. My fighting style that I was taught was to protect the rest of you. And so where I place myself matters for the rest of you.
Well, it has been pointed out to me that I'm far too used to fighting alone. I'm used to just throwing myself into the middle of the fray, and I've never really had to worry about where I'm positioned as compared to where others are positioned. So that is something that I intend to work on.
Appreciate that. We're not often in that tight of quarters. There was not room for anybody to move.
Yes, I've read stories about conflicts in bedchambers, but nothing like that.
Very funny.
Not usually so much swordplay. Well,
Oh, not
No.
necessarily.
Not that kind.
It depends on which books you read, but
Oh. Aribell. Oh dear. Well. What shall we do next? Shall we go see your estate, Viscountess?
might give one piece of advice, Viscountess.
That's gonna get old really fast. You know it's just
Mm,
Gwen.
Nope.
isn't
Wow.
it, Viscountess? We're looking forward to that, Viscountess.
As a fellow noble, I don't feel the need to say it every time.
I do, however, Viscountess, so
Oh boy.
it is
I was-
appropriate for the son of a lord to address a noble by her title.
I will hit you with my boot.
perhaps say that as we pointed out, Lord Tremaine's difficulty in treating you poorly in public, as it would reflect badly on him, you might want to remember the same for yourself in how you speak with him.
Oh,
I
dear.
understand.
Sometimes you like to tweak him a little,
A little.
and
Mm.
that you will also need to be appropriate and cordial as is befitting your rank and station.
Just remember,
Oh, my.
just by being a noble, you are tweaking him. So you don't need to do anything extra.
There is some
You
truth
just-
to that.
Need or want?
Maybe
Just know
that
that
needs to
he's
do that.
already tweaked.
Fed this cycle that you two have, and perhaps this is an opportunity to start anew in different positions than you were before.
I'll pray on it. I'm sure that Sekuthos will have ample opportunity to make suggestions about my appropriate behavior.
Oh.
I'll behave.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could also spend a little time talking to Wisfa and not just Sekuthos.
I'll ask around.
As you do have relations with more than one man.
True.
Yes, I'm polydeitis. In that way.
Wow.
I'm not
While
sure that's
we're,
quite the right term, but
Probably
close.
not. While we're clearing the air, I thought I would let you all know that Athgarr took the opportunity to tell me that I had acted inappropriately in combat. And there was truth in his words. So for that, I thank you, Athgarr. But I will also remind you that when you speak on behalf of others, you might pause for a moment and ask yourself why it is that you believe you have the right to speak for others who are not only fully emancipated adults, but members of the Four, fully capable of speaking for themselves should they wish to. And recognize that in choosing to speak for them, you remove their choice in a way that does them a disservice.
Well, I'm certain it could be viewed that way.
I'm certain it is viewed that way.
But please understand, since we're clearing the air, that I would only take such liberties when speaking to you.
I think perhaps that's my point. That perhaps you shouldn't take such liberties.
Well, if I have offended you, Aribell, or Tasha, or Zorith, I do humbly apologize. I was simply relating an observation.
You have offended me. Not with that part, because I did thank you. But I wanted to draw your attention to something else that you mentioned at that time. You mentioned that in your time with me, you had come to expect a certain amount of abuse in my company.
Yes.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to rethink that statement.
What part of the statement do you disagree with?
Abuse.
Fine. Substitute the word pain, if that helps. Or
Do you recognize
frustration.
Those are all very different words. You'd think as a bard, you'd know that.
No, I chose my words carefully. I'm simply giving you alternatives because you don't seem to like that choice.
Let me make something clear. When you use a word like abuse to a person who has spent most of their life protecting you, and at some points in service to you because of the position I was in within the clan, that you not only dishonor a lifetime of service and care and call into question my honor and the duty that I have sworn since I was a child in service, but you do so from your position as a lord, as a bard with lily white hands that has never known a day's true work. And so for you to talk about abuse to a person who grew up in servitude is beyond insulting. And you should know better.
Well, it's good to finally understand how you see me. And I will say for the record, I chose my word deliberately and purposefully because you, who have known abuse, should know damn better than to inflict it on people you purport to care about. And he turns and walks up the stairs.
So, I gave him every opportunity to rethink the way he was framing the way I've treated him. And that's what he came up with. So I hope that you'll understand that as much as I respect and appreciate all that you have offered me, I cannot continue in my position within the Four. I believe that it is in everyone's best interest that Athgarr remain, because he's doing good work with you. And I am confident that you are the only group that would be able to take him with you and continue your adventures while protecting him. Because as much as he's a complete idiot, I don't wish him harm. So I can be an ambassador in lots of different ways. And I don't need to be part of the Four to do that. I can still be an ambassador for my clan. I can spend time getting to know the nobles here and hopefully creating better relations between the capital and my own clan. But Athgarr seems to really not understand the gravity of his error and the entitlement of his position. And if he thinks that he has been mistreated by me in all that I've done for him, including bringing him into this group, then there's simply nothing more I can do or say that will make this situation right. I think Father Dilbus meant well and was probably trying to be helpful with what he told me. But I can't see any future with a person who would believe that my best efforts at protection and caring for him are abuse. So with that being said, I'm going to go for a walk and see if I can figure out where my new house is. And I'd like you all to just give me some time. Thanks.
Gwen, on your walk, maybe consider that if you were completely honest with Athgarr about your feelings, maybe he'd understand it better.
I would have told him had he not walked away like a childish brat. But he is not open to hearing it clearly. And I gave my best shot at being reasonable with him and telling him not out of anger, but in an attempt to clear the air, how he offended. And all he could do was double down. So there's nothing more for me to say there. With that being said, I'm going to go.
Zorith just starts crying.
Stand and go.
I look at both, like if she walks out, I look at where she walks out to and where Athgarr walked, and I looked at Aribell and I say, I would say the wrong things, but this can't be. This can't be.
I'm very upset.
I think Gwen needs some alone time.
She does. Which is why I'm not following her.
You're muted, Zori.
I understand Gwen, and I understand how she cleared the air because she wasn't upset, and she did it in front of us so that we would all have understanding. This can't be.
They're so mad at each other. It's ridiculous. They should just kiss. Ugh.
This has far more to do with her being enslaved for her entire life than having feelings for him.
Well, it's both of them, but okay. She wouldn't be this upset if she didn't care about him. But you're right.
But also, he has no idea what she's gone through.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't really understand.
Oh, but right. So he's reacting to the way she's been treating him, which is also maybe not the right word, but
well,
I mean, Athgarr is great, but she is a member of the Four, and he is not.
Right. And I don't accept him as a substitution, really.
Nor do I.
well, he's our ally. He's our friend.
Yes.
We should go home for a while. They can't be functional together right now.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's repairable to take her with us and explain how she is a member of the Four and he is an ally at this time where she will just probably feel like we are doing it to placate her, and we're not. I don't know how to drive the point home that she belongs here.
Well,
Party will be fun.
won't it though? But, this has been brewing for a while, has it not?
Well, someone needs to talk to him, because if it's me,
I'll go.
it will not go well.
I'll go.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll do it, but it
Nope.
won't go well.
Nope. I'm so tired.
Walk up the stairs. He went up in the mansion, right?
Yeah.
Knock on his door.
It's open.
Oh. Walk in and close the door.
You see him packing.
You heading home?
Eventually.
I don't know if the two of you can resolve whatever this is.
I don't know either. I've tried to explain, and she will not see. Whatever her reasons may be, she is still treating me like a child. She will not allow me to grow up. What started all of this, and I'm sure you didn't notice because you were rightfully otherwise engaged, but when the conflict with Yasef and Park began, she corralled me.
Yes.
Like a mother shepherding her children, and stood in my way and would not allow me to do my part.
Don't think you have the reasoning quite right there.
At this point, I no longer care about the reason.
Athgarr?
I tricked my way into getting to come and travel with you. I chose a path that I honestly have no interest in, but I chose it because it was my way out.
Can I... When I lost my family, I didn't know how I would survive that.
I know, and I'm sorry. I truly am.
I don't think Gwen is strong enough to lose you, to recover from that. And she's seen it happen once. She doesn't know that she's strong enough to survive that. And a life that your father, your clan forced upon her, which I don't think anyone has ever apologized for enslaving her. And given what we just did in Strafsoman's, you might want to talk to him about that.
It's on my agenda.
I think that you were one of the bright spots in her life, your friendship, your companionship. It's probably the only piece of enjoyment that she had.
She has a damn strange way of showing it.
Because that is not at all what it feels like.
And she's been told repeatedly through words and actions by your father that she will never be good enough for you.
I don't think that matters to her. She doesn't want... That's not...
What future could she ever dream of with you, Athgarr? All she has is keeping you safe in her mind.
But that's no longer her job.
It's all she can have of you, Athgarr, according to your father.
But that's all that she wants.
Is it?
Yes.
Does it matter? Has it ever mattered?
I don't know how to answer that.
It doesn't matter what you want, so why would it matter what she wants? I don't know that until recently Gwen could probably have even articulated how she felt, but it's pretty clear to the rest of us. Maybe thinking about Father Dilbus's words to you about how you've looked at Gwen. Maybe we're to get you to think about how you haven't looked at Gwen.
And I was trying to adjust my view.
Right, but you were thinking of taking her off a pedestal.
Yes.
She's a woman, Athgarr.
Yes, I know. That's what I've been working on, trying to refocus my gaze to see her as a woman, as a human being, and less as the Thosgan.
I'm going to speak out of turn because Gwen has certainly never said these words. But I would think I can speak for Zori and Tasha in that we all believe that Gwen is in love with you.
Now is really not the time for jests.
I'm gonna beat him bloody.
She just stares. Not a smile, just stares. And she watched you die.
And you brought me back.
And if I hadn't?
Well, then I wouldn't be in this situation.
But where would she be?
With you. With Tasha, with Zorath.
She would not stay with us. She'd blame herself, blame us. She is going to do everything over and over to make sure not only to protect you, but that she protects herself, because the pain that she went through in that minute didn't seem like a minute. It seemed like an eternity, Athgarr, I can assure you. This is me, perhaps, like I said, those aren't words she said. But as someone who's lost the love of her life, she won't let it happen. And if that means upsetting you or getting in your way, you're still alive.
Yes, and furious.
But you're not dead. And she's gonna take whatever she can get. Because your father's made it clear that she's not an acceptable life partner for you. That's not on the table or hasn't been. So she'll do what she must. But I understand how she's gone about it and how that has made you feel. But I think given the power imbalance, abuse was a rough word for her to swallow, given she's been abused by your family her entire life. And there's a lot of amends that need to be made there.
There's the strong possibility that you're correct.
Gwen's planning on leaving the Four.
How can she do that? She's part of you. She's one of the Four.
Because she's not thinking she's not going to make us choose between her and you, and the situation is untenable right now. And we love you, Athgarr, but we're going to pick Gwen right now. She needs us. She doesn't think she does, which is why I know she does. You can understand that.
Natural 20. I do understand. If you would, allow me one dramatic liberty.
Oh boy.
I understand your decision completely. And I can't even be upset because you're absolutely correct. She is one of you. But knowing her as I do, if she learns that you chose her over me, given what you say, I fear that will create animosity from her to the rest of you. So I will leave her a note, and I will tell her that I have decided to travel my own path for a bit. Not forever, but for a time. And that I will rejoin all of you at some point. Then it falls on me, and not you.
None of us want this, Athgarr. I hope you know that.
Like I said, I understand. I believe I would like to think that if I were in your shoes, I would make a similar decision.
So...
A house cannot stand if the foundation is damaged. And the four of you are the foundation. I get that.
I don't know that Zori's gonna recover. Either.
Well,
he's missing one brother already. The second one leaving is gonna be a lot.
if it's any consolation, I was already planning on leaving.
Well, I mean, you're packing when I came up.
Yes. I think I can see a path where I can be of use. And so I'm going to go pursue that.
Let us know you're okay from time to time.
I shall.
This isn't goodbye.
No. It's till we meet again.
You should probably talk to her before you go.
No. I'll leave the note.
That's not gonna go well.
If we're just going to yell at each other again, and that does neither of us any good. I'm reading Nikki's lips. Say my farewells to Tasha and Zorith, please.
You're gonna have to walk past them to get out of here.
They won't see me.
Ooh, he's gonna do teleport.
You can't, I don't think, from inside.
Nope.
I'll just go invisible or something.
So he rummages in his pack and pulls out a piece of parchment and an inkwell and a quill and writes the note, walks across the hall, lays it on Gwen's bed, walks back, puts his stuff away, slings his backpack up on his shoulders.
Aribell gives him a hug.
He hugs her back.
Don't die.
I don't plan on it. And he begins singing a song. And a black doorway opens up. He steps through it, closes behind him.
Is that plane shift? Dimension door? Go downstairs.
Well,
He was packing when I got up there.
okay.
He left, didn't he?
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That's the dumbest fucking thing ever. She didn't want him to strike out on his own without us because she was afraid he was going to hurt himself because she loved him. And when she just basically said, I know you will protect him and keep him safe because I love him, he's like, no, peace out. I'm out of here. And I'll go do whatever I want to and maybe die, and then she'll never know.
Well, keep in mind, he didn't hear any of that. He was already gone.
I know.
I'm just saying.
But Aribell just said she loves you.
Right, but I also told him he had to go, so he left.
Oh, this
Not
is
quite that way is not what I planned, but
this is not going to go well because now she's going to worry about him every single day.
he left her a note.
Like,
Yes.
oh my God.
Maybe we can convince her that he's not smart enough for her.
I don't think he's smart enough for the crown.
Well, you know, if he marries the Viscountess, then she can run things.
That's the only way it would have made sense.
He needs to grow up
Sorry.
still.
Aribell's still upset. Okay.
He needs to grow up still. The only way for that to happen is for him to strike out on his own. That's his only hope.
She will never forgive him.
Well,
Perhaps,
that doesn't mean it's not the right thing to do.
but he does need to.
This is the right thing, Zori.
It is. Ugh.
So, no one's coming to our party.
I mean,
We're gonna be the trio, and
Will she come back?
God, I hope so.
she went to see if she could find her house.
I mean,
I don't know.
I
I don't know.
I'm not worried about today.
I know. I think she needs a minute.
She's hurt, and he doesn't even really understand that he hurt her, which is the funny part.
You might know.
God, I hope so. But, you know, I hope he apologizes in the stupid letter. Ugh.
She'll never
Well-
forgive us either for letting him go.
That's why he wanted to be the one to take the blame and make it his choice to leave instead of us asking, or instead of us choosing her.
Then it still seems like we didn't choose her. He made the decision for us. That's 100% the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I choose
know.
her. I don't care about him.
Well, you can tell her that.
We can
That's
tell,
Send a
Okay.
sending. Can you send a sending to him right now?
not from in here.
We
Well,
can
we
go-
can tell her that.
I'm not sending it to her. I'm sending it to him.
I mean, we can tell her that we're picking her before she finds out he's gone.
Because that'll make a difference.
Let's go outside, Zori. Tell me what you want to send.
How did he leave?
Through some black doorway.
Do I know what that spell is? Arcane.
Make an Arcana check.
Oh, Lord. Not very good. What is it? Arcana?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta wait for my computer to catch up. Oh. 12 and 7, 19.
Sounds like a dimension door spell. Which means he likely dimension doored down to the doorway out of the mansion and then just walked out. Because dimension door, again, only works within the same plane.
We should go get the note.
No, I'm gonna run I said, I'll be right back. And I run outside.
Okay.
If she doesn't come back before the mansion disappears, we have to grab the note, right?
I will grab the note.
I run outside.
Okay.
How much time do we have until the mansion goes poof?
Let's see. You cast it like 11 o'clock the night before. It's probably.
It's not that late.
No, it's. I would say you've probably got
It's like
10 hours left.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
We won't be back from the. I mean, it'd probably be after the right. We're gonna be.
Yeah,
at the,
but the party's not until like.
right, but we
12.
will come back here right after we leave for dinner. It will probably poof. So we should do this just in case.
Yes. Okay. I changed my clothes into my normal attire.
Okay.
I-
Zori, you ran outside.
I
Yeah, I think we're supposed to chase him.
I double my speed.
Okay.
I am going as fast as I can
Okay.
out
Where?
the door
Okay.
and out her house, and I look to see if I can see him.
Make a perception check.
Oh, natural 18 plus 6, 24.
You look around, and out of the corner of your eye, you catch a familiar white light in the stables that goes.
And just cast teleport, right?
I go back inside. I go in the mansion. And I scream at the top of my lungs, Tasha!
I come downstairs.
I apologize to the horse, the Pegasus. Sorry, Starbolt.
He's out in the.
He's out in the stable.
Oh, good. Then I don't apologize to him.
He's out of the mansion now.
He had teleport circles, so he has to go somewhere with a circle.
Yes.
He doesn't have very many addresses.
No, I feel like I should have given him none.
We didn't give him much.
So what did you give him?
He's got the edge.
No,
Right.
he's got everything I've got, I think. Come outside with me, and I snag her hand and I angrily walk outside.
Don't worry.
Did you
Yes.
come downstairs when I screamed Tasha's name?
She was downstairs the entire time. Tasha went up to get the note.
Oh,
And to change.
and so did Aribell just say my name?
Yes.
What?
Athgarr is an adult. And I just laid a whole lot of things on him that he needs to deal with. Like everything. I told him everything.
You told him that she loves him?
I told him that she has never told us that, but that we're all pretty convinced that she's in love with him. Yes, I told him everything.
Well, okay. Oh my.
And then called his dad basically a slaver, and that maybe he needed to deal with that. I mean, not quite that harsh, but he needs to process some things.
All right, let's think this through. I vote with Aribell that we let him go. And here's why. He does need to think. He is an adult and he needs to start making his own goddamn decisions for the first time in his life. And if he doesn't grow up, he will never be able to accomplish the things that his destiny is leading him towards. if we don't do him this favor of letting him try to make some decisions for himself and figure out how to be an adult, he will never be good enough for Gwen, or anyone else for that matter. And he will never be a decent ruler. And God knows that the Edge does not need another one of those.
This only goes one way, and it goes poorly. Because his father, whilst he doesn't like what happened with Arelakis, whilst he doesn't like the decision he made to go with us, at least he was with us. There is none of that.
I hear you.
I don't think he's planning on, I don't know. It sounded like he might head home soon. He has some things to say to his father. He just needs to
If
think.
for one moment Gwen does not feel like she belongs with us because of him, I will never, never forgive him.
I understand that.
Do you?
Yes. Yes.
Make
I
sure
do.
he understands it. And then I go back upstairs. And I slam a door and I spend all afternoon crying.
Oh boy. You know, Aribell, I recognize that we're all traumatized in our own lovely ways.
I was thinking about that earlier, that we're just a pretty tragic group of people. He needed to go, and he needed to do it his way. I didn't feel...
No, I agree with you. I do. I have wanted him to make his own decisions for a while now.
And he actually acknowledged that he had been running away, and he's not anymore. That's growth.
That is growth. He
Well-
has so much potential. He just needs to figure out how to use it.
And his destiny is not to be a member of the Four.
No, of course not.
I mean, we love him. He's our friend. He will be, I mean, and we've always said he's part of us, but it's not the same. He's not meant to travel the rest of our way with us.
No, probably not.
We'll see him again.
Of course we will.
What are we going to do about Gwen?
Well, I think we should give her a little bit of time. And then I think we need to be honest with her. And I think we need to tell her that we need her in a way that we never needed Athgarr.
Just keep telling her until she believes us.
Yep. So, we've got the afternoon, just you and I. Should we go see about our dresses? And maybe go see your mother, who is always wise counsel. And hope that cooler heads prevail after people have a little time to cool off. I know. This has been heading this way for a while, and there was no way to head it off.
No, it reached the boiling over point.
Yeah. Lord knows we tried.
No.
But why would they listen to us? What do we know?
I think when we're all done being adventurers, we should teach communication classes in the Edge because clearly they need them. It should become part of their curriculum for however they teach their children because none of them are good at it.
Well,
Lord, he's not from there. See?
yes.
Jermaine. Aerolacus isn't the best, right? He's kind of gruff, calls people puppies. I mean, not demonstrating great skills. Sten seems to be fairly competent.
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
I hope so.
All right. So while all of this has been going on,
Uh-huh.
Gwen,
Yes.
you leave Aribell's house.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I start walking in the direction of the so-called estate.
Okay. You realize you have no idea.
So I walk
This
toward
is
Aribell's
like the
parents' house.
Third, fourth time you've been in Armagh.
I go toward Aribell's parents' house.
Okay.
Do I find my way there?
Mm-hmm.
So I knock on the door.
Well, you walk up and there are guards standing on either side. One of them kind of steps forward, bringing the halberd forward, and the other one looks and puts his hand out and says, You're a friend of Lady Aribell's. You've been here
I
before.
am. Yes.
What can we do for you?
Would you please ask the lady of the house if she might be available to meet with me? Please tell her that Gwen is here.
Sure. Just wait here. And he goes in, and he's gone a couple, 3 minutes. Comes back and says, her ladyship is actually not home at the moment, but his lordship is, and he says he'd be happy to talk with you.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You remember how to get to his study?
I do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Opens the door for you.
So I go to his study.
Okay. You walk in, you see Ormond sitting at his desk, and he looks up and stands up, comes out from behind the desk and says, Gwen Lauren, what a pleasant surprise.
Sorry to come here unannounced.
No, it's quite all right. You're welcome here whenever.
I wondered if you might know where my house is located. If you could point me in the right direction. I was hoping to simply walk by.
Oh, sure. Hold on. Got somewhere. Wait a minute. And he starts ruffling through some papers and pulls out a long scroll, which he sort of unrolls, and it's a map of Armagh. And he says, okay, so we're here on the map. So to get to your house, what you want to do is go south. Let's see, what's the easiest way to get you there from here? You want to go south, then go east along the edge of Lord Bonethane's manor house. Turn south again. Take the second street that you come to east. And I think, if memory serves and the map is correct, it's the first estate that's actually facing the road. You'll be able to sight it because it's green marble.
Oh. Okay.
It does sort of stand out a little bit.
I thank you for giving me the direction.
Of course.
And I'm going to head there now.
All right. Well, enjoy. It's a pretty building.
Thank you. I set off.
Okay. Well, you head down, and you follow his directions, and shortly you find yourself on the street. You see that there's a relatively nice sort of 2-story home on the corner, and you walk a little bit further down the road and you see a building that does look very similar to Thebes Manor, at least in terms of the layout. It is white marble with green veins through the stone, and you see that it's kind of a very shallow U shape with a fence and a gate and a courtyard. It looks to be a 3-story building, and it looks to be about the same size as Thebes Manor. All in all, it's a pretty building.
Are there people passing by on the street?
Mhm.
Is there anyone around?
Yeah, there are people walking.
If there's anyone who seems to be... If there's anyone that seems like they might live on this street as well, maybe like outside on a lawn or walking and nearby, I guess, I would ask them, do you know whose house this is?
Let's see, what would this be? Make an investigation check.
15.
You find an older woman walking with a young child who may be granddaughter, maybe great-granddaughter. But you engage her in conversation and ask the question, and she says, "Oh, I don't think anyone lives there. That's been the property of the crown since the Bresnits all died."
How did they die?
Old age and bad luck. And their son was very homely.
Good to know.
But I understand there's going to be a new mistress of the house. At
Oh?
least that's the word on the street, as they say.
Have you heard who it might be?
Some new noble.
An upstart, huh?
Well, I don't know about that. The nobility does need fresh blood every so often. I just hope that whoever it is, they're not homely too.
Well, we can only hope.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
You're a very polite young woman. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
And you.
Come, Melinda. Let's go home.
I wait for them to pass by out of sight, and
Okay.
then I'm gonna sneak onto the grounds.
Okay. Well, the gate's not locked.
Okay, so I'm going to open the gate.
Okay. We open the gate and walk into the courtyard. Seems pretty well kept up. Grass, a few flowers. A path that leads partway in and then circles around a pool of water and then continues up to the door.
Is there a backyard?
From what you can see, the fence seems to run right up to the edge of the house. So
Okay.
there may be, but there doesn't seem to be an easy way to get there from the courtyard, except maybe through the house. There doesn't seem to be any way around the house within the confines of the property.
Okay, well, I'll kind of scout around a little bit, and then if there's no way to look around further without actually, I think I'm going to use the boots.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go up over the top.
All right. You rise up to the point where you can float over. You look down, and it doesn't appear that there's any grounds in the back. You see sort of general open grass space. There is another estate that's fairly close. There's also another manor house that's just a little bit further away, but there's not a whole lot of room in between the buildings.
I'm just going to sit on the roof.
Okay.
And bury my face in my hands. And be by myself.
Okay. And on that uplifting note, I think that's where we'll stop this evening.
Woohoo! From big honors to the four no more.
Oh, well. Yep.
Yep. Well, it's been an exciting evening.
Indeed, it has.
So, we'll see what happens next. I'm kind of as interested as the rest of you, because I don't know what's going to happen next. And that's part of the fun of being a DM for a group like this. So, I will
Always
say...
keeps you on your toes, right?
Yes, it does. Please stay safe, stay sane. Be careful. The COVID numbers are pretty good, but it's not gone yet. And I keep seeing stories about, people who shouldn't be getting COVID. So just be smart, take care of yourself, and remember to do the right thing for your community so that you'll be here next Tuesday night and let us welcome you back to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.